This kid's had a driver's license for 6 months. Ken's letting him drive the Escort.
Is that a clutch?
Yep. Put it in four.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Content's been a little sporadic this year, as is racing, events, all that stuff. So we're finally back into the swing of things now, and we've got some exciting new news. We're getting back to our regularly scheduled programming. That means all-wheel drive burnouts, all-wheel drive donuts, rally car stuff, but we've actually got something really exciting for this episode. Trophy trucks. Isn't that right, Scott?
That's right. We're doing Baja 1000 this year, if you haven't already heard.
Wait a minute. Does that mean this is time for a Baja update? Baja update! Baja update. Baja update!
He's been sitting on that for like a year and a half. That's all that energy inside, just coming out in once. All right, so over the past 15 years, Ken's done a lot, especially in a rally car. 25 wins, National Series, 5 X Games medals, and he's raced everything beyond not just national here, but other countries like New Zealand and so on. He's also raced the WRC, rallycross here, rallycross in Europe under FIA.
Also, wait a minute, there's like a few Americans that have scored points in the WRC, but it's like less
people that have walked on the moon or been to space, something like that. Plus, there's like that whole Gymkhana thing, you might have seen it. But the one thing Ken hasn't done, or he dabbled a little bit in college apparently, but the one thing he hasn't done is really desert racing on the top professional level. You know, like trophy trucks. So that's what we're gonna do this year. We're all pretty excited about it. Cause Zach, you wanna give him another one?
You mean one of those Baja update? Yeah!
We've had a want to race the Baja 1000 for a long time. We wanted to race it, obviously in a trophy truck, but sort of applying rally car mentality. There's a lot of similarities between rally racing and Baja racing. They're both kind of endurance-based, you know, across multiple surfaces, and big differences is rally operates in stages, and the Baja is kind of just one big stage. But after concept, it's kind of where it all changes, because the way that drivers attack Baja is very different than the way that drivers attack rally racing. But Ken has always felt like, what if we attacked Baja the way you attack rally? Different notes, different driving style, maybe even a slightly different vehicle setup, but really kind of going after it as if you were treating it as one 20 some odd hour stage. Sounds crazy when I say it out loud. That's a lot of notes. And we ended up teaming up with Jax Redline and his team to kind of go after doing this. So today, we're gonna talk to Ken a little bit about getting into kind of Baja and what his expectations are, but we're also gonna get Jax in the seat of a rally car, because it only seems right that we do a little bit of a seat swap here, right? Like if Ken's gonna go race a trophy truck, let's get Jax, who by the way, is 16 years old.
You serious?
Behind the seat of the Escort. Speaking of the Escort, I think we need to reveal what that looks like today. But first, let's talk to Ken.
Forgot how basic this car is.
Even more basic? Gymkhana 1 car.
Yes.
No roll cage.
One of the biggest differences between this sort of racing and rally is rally, and one of the things I love about it is the precision and the notes. You know, off-road racing is much different, much rougher. The notes are a bit more general. I think that we can add some detail to those notes, but a lot of the adaptation for me getting in these vehicles is really giant whoops this big, and a vehicle that has to handle that. I've driven in the desert for a long time. I grew up in Southern California. I grew up going to Glamis and Ocotillo Wells and riding dirt bikes. So for me, the transition to rally was very easy because I understood dirt. But jumping into like Can-Ams and other things that I've done in the desert, it's been very easy. My road reading skills actually work really well.
Do you actually plan to write stage notes?
No. You can't do that. I'll be doing probably 400 miles, 500 miles.
Right. Well, you've raced Baja once before.
Yes. Monster. I was sponsored by Monster, and they called and said, hey, you're a driver. We have a driving thing. Come drive with us. And they took us down there, and there's a company that runs like a spec vehicle called a wide open buggy. It was me and Ryan Capes in one. That was my first experience of it. Now, The problem was I got sick before I was supposed to go down there, so I didn't show up until like the night before the race. I didn't get to drive the thing till I drove off the start line. Ryan and I started like 16th on the road, and by 80 miles in, granted, first time ever driving this car, first time ever in the Baja 1000, I passed everyone in the class. I drove like I do a rally car, braking a bit early, driving through the corner. A lot of the style for those buggies is braking late and using the berm like a motocross bike. When we switched drivers at like mile 200, Ryan got in and started driving. Well, he went immediately into that style of braking late and hitting the berm. And within 6 miles, we went tumbling over one of those berms and straight into cactus. So I had to drive the rest of these 200 miles with a bunch of cactus like pricked into me.
Fun.
Yeah, it really sucked.
A ver, Cactus, quédate quieto un momento.
What do you think will be your advantage as a rally car driver? And then what disadvantage do you think you have by not being a desert racer?
I'll start with the biggest disadvantage. That's just experience. So I'm trying to study as much as I can, trying to get as much experience in the car. Grilled, Jax, and anybody else, Andy McMillan, anyone like that can help me kind of get some of that knowledge. So if this happens, what do I do? And I think the advantage is, like with the rally car, I mean, we drive on almost the limit everywhere. And with endurance racing, you actually scale that back and drive to finish. Because I drive on the limit with those things, I'm really good at adjusting my pace.
So you got to go test a trophy truck. That's the first trophy truck you've driven?
Yes. Well, we went to Plaster City, California. Jax showed me what to do. I went out and did a bunch of laps. Jack's co-driver sat with me so I could understand how their notes work and what they do. I got up to speed fairly quick, got used to it. I still need a lot more time in the truck, but I was able to go, 105 to 110 through some of the biggest whoops in the off-road world. So I was pretty happy about that. Lost some parts off the back. I'm trying to learn something totally new and hopefully maybe go back and do this even more. At the same time, he's come to us to learn from us. And that's why he's actually racing the Cossie V2 at New England Forest Rally, so he can learn as much as he can from us and develop his skills to make him even better in what he loves. Alex is helping Jax get ready for New England Forest Rally with all the rally prep notes, and he's going to Dirtfish and Team O'Neill to do the car training. So there's going to be a lot of interaction between myself, Alex, my co-driver, Jax, and his co-driver to nail down exactly what's going to work best for us.
Ken Block killing the transition. Come on down, Jax. All right, so Jax, before we even get into who you are, honest, like, how did Ken do on the trophy truck? Like, he can barely hear you.
Honestly, I took him in a ride, and I was so terrified to ride with him for my first time. I saw him, and he looked like he was killing it, but I have no idea.
Give us a little bit of your backstory. So,
coming from my dad, he raced dirt bikes forever. We had a motocross track, and growing up, I raced dirt bikes from the time I was 4 years old until I was 9-ish. And I started crashing a lot, and so I moved into go-kart stuff. And then I got into like sprint cars. It was my dad's idea that we got a Razor, and so then we raced a Razor for a little bit, and I decided I really like kind of fell in love with the off-road side of things, and then it kind of just leveled up. We raced Can-Ams for 2 years, and then got in a spec trophy truck. Now we're in a trophy truck.
What age did you start in an actual trophy truck?
15. But I raced a spec truck when I was 13 and 14, which is just a trophy truck, but 500 horsepower instead of 1,000.
Right. So nothing you've ever raced has been manual?
Nothing even close, and I've never slid on the asphalt.
So you drive a
before.
manual?
I can drive a manual.
You have a driver's license?
I do have a
Okay.
I've had a driver's
checking.
license.
I love that you have to ask it.
You have to ask it.
I've had a driver's
I
license.
grew up in New York City. I got a license when I was 17.
I've
so
had a driver's license for 6 months.
This kid has had a driver's license for 6 months, and Ken's letting him drive the Escort. Have you driven the Escort?
No.
I haven't driven the Escort.
Have you ever driven?
You wouldn't fit the Escort.
Doesn't matter. That's a moot point right now. I'm just saying you're getting a really good experience right now because
yeah.
he doesn't let any of us do it.
You're just lucky I'm not putting you in my wife's two-wheel drive Fiesta.
Pretty lucky. I agree.
All right, we want to check out this thing.
Are you ready?
He's gonna turn around. He's ready for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's watched YouTube before.
Oh my God.
And
Sick.
it's got your name on it.
It's a living livery translated really well. You know, this year we'll have that livery on the Subaru I'm racing in ARA and the Porsche I'm racing in Kenya at the classic East African Safari Rally. And now for Jax with this. We actually had Ash Thorpe, because he helped design this car all digitally. He created a bunch of renders for us that in a nice beauty package. So let's cut to that. You want to get in this thing? I mean, you might as well sit in it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't fit, Zach or I have to drive. So check it out.
I think he's about the same height as me, so I think it'll work well.
Oh yeah, we're ready to go racing.
Yeah, you're good.
That's all. Yeah, just give me a helmet. Let's go. What's that third pedal? Is that a clutch?
Yep.
What's this thing do?
That's the handbrake.
Sick.
Oh, we're gonna take him down to UMC. I'll give him some basic lessons. We'll set up a course. Hopefully not kill too many cones, and yeah, slide a car around. So have you ever slid in an all-wheel drive car around?
Never.
Never.
I'm tired of talking. Let's go drive this thing.
All right, let's do this.
All right, we're back at Utah Motorsports Campus. We got cones set up. And you know what? It ain't autocrossing, baby.
It's kind of an autocross.
Yeah.
We're giving Jax. We're on some snow tires. We have some gravel tires. We're gonna slide around. It's all about subconscious actions and reactions, and that's what we're starting today.
Here's your new cockpit, man.
So he's got to try this side so I can go out and warm the car up, do some explanation, and then we'll let him drive.
Let's go see that little loop he laid out.
Let's do it.
So you put it in first, right?
Yep.
Now hold the launch button. Now I want to go 3 to 4 seconds at full throttle. That builds up the boost in the turbo. Just understeer.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of finding the balance of what's going to be quickest.
So you got it? It's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
It's cakewalk.
100%.
You got this. You got this. This ain't your first rodeo. Nailed it.
So the process, let's just say here, you take off, you go down the first straightaway. You want to get up as fast as you're going, and then you want to brake for the turn, then maybe downshift second so you're in the right gear.
Right.
And then you're controlling the car with the brake and the gas. And even like the hairpin, you want to gas it towards it, going fast, then okay, I need to do a hairpin. So now you're going to brake, you're going to downshift, and then you're going to pull the handbrake. All right, well, let's go. Ready? Go. Back down the first. Yep. Yeah. I'll do the handbrake here to get it going. There you go. Oh, on the gas. Brake. Yep, now rotate. Yep. There you go. See, that was better.
Yes!
Nice. Good. All right, let's cool down. Nice. Good job.
How's that?
Yeah.
You really started picking it up, man, once you get it on the pipe, man.
You did good. I mean, he's obviously struggling right in the beginning because it's a whole new experience, but started to pick it up, took instruction well. Pretty good.
Brian, Scotto, very nice of you to join us.
Yeah, I'm a little late, Hey, if this was for fun, there should have been a lot more smoke and up a gear or two.
But I mean, he's getting the full experience. Gravel is going to be a lot different.
Right.
Car will be much better set up on the right tires, point and go. Today's just for fun, but I think we should end it with some donuts.
I'll get in the danger zone.
Yeah. Zach lives in the danger
Okay,
zone.
what's
That's
Zach
his
in the
zip
danger
code.
Don't hit Zach. We need Zach.
Okay.
See that? They need me. All right, let's go!
Donuts all by yourself. Put Zach in the danger zone. You didn't kill him. I gotta say I'm proud of you. That was good. Good.
You ready for a New England Forest Rally?
I'm ready for all of it.
This was just step one to get ready for the race, and it's a good step.
Well, on that note, that's a wrap!